Prejudice stole his loyal companion. The sun hung low over Willow Creek, a small town in Oregon. It cast a golden glow across neat lawns and quiet streets. It was September 2023. The air smelled of fresh-cut grass and early fall. Everything looked peaceful, too peaceful. It was like a picture that hid secrets. Emily Harper stood on her porch. Her arms were crossed. Her sharp eyes locked on the new neighbor walking down Maple Lane. His name was Marcus Evans. He was a tall, confident man with a warm smile. Beside him trotted Luna. She was a strong, sleek German shepherd with a calm stare. Marcus held her leash loosely. He didn't have to hold it tight. The town had rules. Luna didn't need a tight grip. She moved like she understood every step, every glance. They were a team. That bothered Emily. She didn't like how Marcus walked through Willow Creek like he belonged. She didn't like Luna's quiet strength. To Emily, it felt like a challenge. Emily was in her late 40s. She had short brown hair. She had a smile she saved for people she approved of. Marcus wasn't one of them. The day he moved in, he'd waved and said hello. She'd nodded, barely. She turned away. Now, every morning, she watched him and Luna pass by. Her frown grew deeper each time. Today was no different. Marcus and Luna turned the corner onto Maple Lane. Emily stepped forward. Her voice was sharp. "Is that dog on a leash?" Marcus stopped. Luna sat beside him. Her ears were perked but still. He held up the leash. Relaxed. "Yep. Leashed, licensed, and well behaved. Want to check?" Emily's lips tightened. "That dog looks like trouble. This is a safe town, you know. Kids play here." Marcus tilted his head. His voice was steady. "I'm walking my dog quietly on a public street. What part of that feels unsafe to you?" Emily's cheeks flushed. "German shepherds can be dangerous. You read about it all the time. They turn on people." Marcus looked at Luna. She blinked calmly back at him. "You read stories," he said softly. "Some people read stories about folks like me walking through towns like this. Doesn't make them true." He met Emily's eyes. His gaze was firm but kind. "Have a nice day, Mrs. Harper." He walked on. Luna was at his side. Emily stood frozen. Her hands were clenched. She didn't like being challenged. Marcus Evans had just drawn a line. That night, Marcus didn't tell his wife, Clara, about the exchange. He didn't want to worry her. But Clara knew him too well. Over dinner, she raised an eyebrow. "What's got you so quiet? Was it that woman again?" Marcus sighed. He poked at his chicken. "She's got a problem with Luna. Says she's a threat to the town." Clara leaned back. Her arms were crossed. "Did she say that before or after she realized who you are?" Marcus shook his head. "I didn't bring it up." "Not yet." Clara's eyes narrowed. "You're being too nice, Marcus. Watch her. People like that don't stop." He nodded. But he didn't say more. Marcus wasn't just a new neighbor in Willow Creek. He was a district attorney. He'd spent years spotting patterns. Patterns like the one Emily Harper was starting to show. The next morning, Marcus found a flyer tucked into his mailbox. There was no name. There was no note. It was just a single sheet from the town's animal control office. It was titled, "Leash Laws and Pet Safety." Beside it was a printed article. The article was titled, "Why German Shepherds Can Be Risky Pets." Marcus didn't toss them. He took a picture. He saved it on his phone. He added it to a new folder labeled Emily H. He'd learned long ago to keep records of things that felt off. That afternoon, he and Luna walked again. It was the same route. It was the same steady pace. Emily was on her porch. She was watering plants that didn't need it. Marcus slowed as he passed her yard. "Got your flyer," he said. His tone was even. "Interesting choice of reading." Emily blinked. Her face was blank. "Oh, I just thought people should know about risky dogs." Marcus held her gaze. "Some people don't realize how risky it is to hide prejudice behind safety concerns." Emily stiffened. "I'm not prejudiced. I'm just looking out for the town." Marcus nodded. "Luna's a trained therapy dog. Retired. She's leashed and licensed. More than I can say for some folks' behavior." He didn't wait for a reply. He just kept walking. Luna's steps matched his. But the air felt heavier now. It was like a storm was coming. Emily wasn't done. Marcus knew it. Over the next few days, more signs appeared. They were small, sneaky things most people wouldn't notice. Another flyer showed up. This time it was about community standards from the Willow Creek homeowners group. Then a printout of a local chat thread came. It complained about unleashed dogs. There were no names. There were no notes. But Marcus didn't need them. He added each one to his folder. He also saved clips from his front door camera. Emily's porch was visible across the street. The camera caught her staring every time he left the house. Clara noticed the tension growing. One evening, Marcus set up an extra camera by their driveway. She handed him a glass of water. "How long's she going to keep this up?" Marcus tightened a screw on the camera. "As long as she thinks I won't push back." By Friday, the neighborhood felt different. People stopped waving when Marcus passed. Conversations went quiet as he approached. It wasn't just Emily anymore. She was pulling others in. She was building a story about Marcus and Luna that wasn't true. He could feel it. It was like a net tightening. On Saturday morning, Marcus changed Luna's route. He didn't want to give Emily more chances to build her case. They took a quieter street, Cedar Loop. The sun was just peeking through the trees. Luna trotted ahead. Her nose was low, happy. Then Marcus saw it. There was a small dog treat. It was perfectly placed on the edge of Emily's lawn. It was right where the sidewalk met the grass. "Luna, wait," Marcus said. But she'd already sniffed it. One quick gulp, and it was gone. Emily appeared on her porch. She was holding a mug. Her smile was too bright. "Morning," she called. She acted like nothing was wrong. Marcus's stomach twisted. "Did you leave something out here?" Emily tilted her head. "Out here?" "No, why?" Luna wobbled. Her head dipped. Then it dipped again. Marcus knelt fast. "Hey, girl, you okay?" Her eyes were glassy. Her breathing was shallow. "What was in that treat?" Marcus snapped. His voice was sharp now. Emily stepped back. "I didn't put anything there." "I don't know what you're talking about." Marcus didn't argue. He scooped Luna up. She was 80 pounds of dead weight. He ran to his car. He didn't look at Emily again. But he felt her watching. His camera, blinking green above the garage, had seen it all. The drive to the vet was a blur. Marcus kept one hand on Luna's side. Her breaths were weak and uneven. He burst through the clinic doors. He shouted, "She's been poisoned. Help her." Dr. Rachel Kim didn't hesitate. She and her team rushed Luna to the back. They hooked her to machines. They drew blood. Marcus stood by, helpless. "What did she eat?" Rachel asked. Her voice was calm but urgent. "A treat. Found it on a neighbor's lawn. She collapsed right after." Rachel's face tightened. "If it's poison, we don't have much time." Luna's eyes flickered open. They were cloudy but searching for Marcus. He knelt beside her. His hand was on her head. "I'm right here, girl. You're tough. You've got this." But her breathing slowed. The machines beeped softer. Then softer still. Rachel's voice was gentle. "Her heart's fading. It's spreading too fast." "No," Marcus whispered. "She's strong. She's been through worse." He leaned closer. His voice was breaking. "You saved me, Luna. Every late night, every hard day, you were there." Her tail twitched once, faintly. Then it went still. The monitor flatlined. Rachel turned it off quietly. Marcus didn't move. He kept his hands on Luna's face. His eyes were closed. Grief and anger mixed inside him. Luna was gone. Emily Harper was the reason why. He drove home in silence. Luna's empty collar was on the seat beside him. Clara met him at the door. Her eyes were wide. She didn't need to ask. She saw it in his face. "She's gone," Marcus said. His voice was hollow. Clara didn't cry. She just stood there, steady. She knew what came next. This wasn't just loss anymore. It was a fight. Marcus didn't sleep that night. He sat at his desk. The Emily H. folder was open. It wasn't just notes now. It was evidence. He labeled everything carefully. The flyers. The camera clips. The treats wrapper from the vet. He called Rachel at dawn. "We ran tests overnight," she said. "It was rat poison, strong stuff. It was soaked into that treat. It wasn't an accident." Marcus's jaw tightened. "I need the report." "You'll have it today," Rachel said. "Marcus, I'm so sorry." Luna was special. He couldn't answer. The lump in his throat was too big. By noon, Marcus called his friend Tyler Nguyen. Tyler was a tech expert from the DA's office. "I need you to check some footage," Marcus said. "It's personal. Dog poisoning. I've got evidence." Tyler didn't hesitate. "Send it over." "I'm on it." That afternoon, Tyler arrived with his laptop. Marcus handed him a drive. It had the camera clips, the vet report, and the treats wrapper. Clara watched from the doorway. "You're using work resources for this?" she asked. "I'm using friends," Marcus said. "This stays clean." Tyler nodded. "Everything by the book. It'll hold up." The footage showed a shadow at 4:47 a.m. Someone was bending near Emily's lawn. They placed the treat. Then they slipped away. It wasn't clear enough to see a face. But it was enough to prove intent. Tyler looked up. "Got her Wi-Fi password?" Marcus shook his head. "Not yet." Tyler grinned. "Give me a day." Marcus didn't stop there. He knocked on the door of his neighbors, Sam and Lila Carter. They had a camera facing the street. "Did your camera catch anything early yesterday?" he asked. Sam nodded. "We heard about Luna. We'll check the footage." That night, they sent Marcus 2 clips. The angles were different. But the story was the same. A figure was at Emily's lawn. They placed the treat. Then they left. There were no mistakes. There were no excuses. It was just a plan. The next morning, Marcus walked into the Willow Creek police station. He didn't mention his job. He just handed over the evidence. The vet report. The footage. A written complaint. "I want this investigated," he said. The officer nodded. He read the weight in Marcus's voice. By Wednesday, whispers spread through town. A dog had died. The police were looking into it. Emily was on her porch again. But she seemed smaller now. She was less sure. Her mug shook slightly in her hand. Marcus watched her from across the street. His face was blank. He didn't need to say anything. The truth was moving on its own. That night, a letter arrived at the Carter's house. There was no name. There was no address. It was just a note. "Watch your back for siding with outsiders." Lila texted Marcus a picture of it. He saved it to his folder. It was another piece of the puzzle. On Thursday, the police filed a charge. Animal cruelty with intent to harm. Marcus felt no victory. He just felt a heavy calm. Luna was gone. But Emily would answer for it. Friday morning, the doorbell rang. Marcus opened it. He found Emily. Her face was red with anger. "You think you're clever?" she spat. She shoved a paper at him. It was her court summons. "You're ruining my life. My friends won't talk to me. The homeowners group is voting me out." Marcus stayed calm. "You did this to yourself." She jabbed a finger at him. "You had no right to dig into my life." "My search history? That's private." "You broke the law," Marcus said. "I followed it." Emily's hand flew up. She slapped him hard across the cheek. Clara gasped from the doorway. Emily froze. Her eyes were wide. She realized what she'd done. Marcus pulled out his phone. 911, he said clearly. "A woman just hid me on my property. I have a witness and camera footage." Emily stumbled back. "You can't do this." "You made it real," Marcus said. "Now you face it." 10 minutes later, Officer Sarah Lee arrived. She was the same officer who'd taken Marcus's complaint about Luna. She saw the red mark on his face. She nodded. "We'll take it from here." Emily stood on her lawn. She was shaking. There was no porch to hide her now. The law wasn't hers to twist anymore. The courthouse in Willow Creek was plain but serious. It had tall windows and a flag out front. Inside, it felt cold and focused. Marcus sat near the front. His suit was crisp. His face was unreadable. He wasn't here as a district attorney today. He was just a man who'd lost his best friend. Emily walked in with her lawyer. She looked small and pale. Her eyes darted around. She was searching for support. She found none. The judge, Clara Hayes, was a no-nonsense woman. She called the court to order. The prosecution started. They laid out the facts like stepping stones. The flyers. The treat. The poison. The footage. The slap. Each piece was clear, undeniable. Dr. Rachel Kim testified about Luna's death. The poison was fast and deliberate, she said. There was no saving her. Emily shifted in her seat. Her hands were twisting. Tyler Nguyen took the stand. He showed Emily's search history. How to poison a dog quietly. Are cameras legal evidence? What does a district attorney do? Each search was read aloud. Each was heavy and final. Sam Carter testified about the threatening note. It tied to Emily's pattern. The evidence piled up. It was steady and sure. When it was Emily's turn to speak, her lawyer tried to spin it. Misunderstandings. Good intentions. A scared neighbor. But the judge's eyes stayed sharp, unmoved. The verdict came fast. Guilty of animal cruelty and assault. Emily's face crumpled as the judge spoke. Actions have consequences, Mrs. Harper. You chose yours. Marcus didn't smile. He left the courtroom quietly. Clara was at his side. Outside, the sun was warm. But it didn't touch the hole Luna had left. Justice was done. It didn't bring her back. That night, Marcus sat on his porch. Luna's collar was in his hands. Clara joined him. Her hand was on his shoulder. She'd be proud of you, she said. Marcus nodded. His voice was soft. I just wanted her to be safe. Willow Creek went quiet again. But it wasn't the same. The truth had changed it. Marcus knew Luna's memory would stay with him. It would be strong and steady. Forever.